And hello, you incredible friends. This is your pal Edwards here speaking with amazing online business manager, Steph Gobraiel. Steph, how are you today?
Good. How are you, Ed?
Now, Steph, I just want to apologise. We've had technical issue upon technical issue, but we got there in the end. I just want to say I'm so sorry for dragging the chain today.
That's okay. It's technology. It wasn't your, personal doing. So it's one of the side effects that we have to deal with, right, when dealing with technology.
Yeah, I thought I'd just ask, and I'll tell everyone what happened. But if you could just come in, like, share, comment, please say hello, connect with Steph, who's an amazing lady. What happened is we just couldn't get the stream working. We're trying phones and PCs, and it died. And I just want to ask you, Steph Gobraiel, we live in a world dominated by technology, don't we, Steph?
We do, yes.
Now, I want to ask you, before we talk about women's networking and referral relationships, how do we survive when technology plays up? I mean, I think we both almost had aneurysms, Len. What do we do when technology plays up in business, like just what happened to me, which I, again, apologize for?
That's okay. I just think you've got to keep trying different, avenues like you did. We tried your phone first. It wasn't great. We tried your PC and it was a bit questionable. And then we tried a new link. You just got to keep trying different things, or just try different technology. So, I'm on my phone right now and it seems to be working better than my PC, which is strange because I was just in a 2-hour meeting beforehand. But so sometimes it is what it is, right, Ed?
Yeah. And we have a theory. It sounds like your PC is angry at you for too many meetings.
Yeah.
It's a union thing. Union thing?
It's protesting. It's saying enough.
Protesting. So it's got its sign up, and there you go. So no more Zoom. Now, I want to ask you, Steph, if you just come in, please like, share, comment, connect, or like, repost comments or LinkedIn us. Now, Steph, you do a lot of, I want to talk to you a bit about women's networking, just business networking today, setting up referral relationships. You've done an incredible job with She Will Shine. You're one of the leaders in our network. You do a lot of networking across town. What are some of the biggest things you've learned about business networking in the past year that you'd love to share with us?
Sure. So I think the first and probably foremost lesson I've learned is when you enter a room of, the networking event, you'll get a vibe from it. And that usually determines whether it's the right fit for you and your business. Listen to it because ignoring it only makes it worse. So really go on your gut feel. And I'm not just, initially, but throughout the event as well. I think that's really important. And also just, it's like, I'll give you a great example, Ed. It's like if someone comes to your house, okay, and, you've invited them over, okay, when you open the door, you're like, oh, hi, welcome, come inside. You've got, a smile on your face, you're welcoming, you're warm, you're all of that, okay? Yeah. Now, if you didn't invite someone over and someone knocks on your door, you're going to, kind of stick your head out and go, hello, yes, can I help you? Yeah.
Who's this?
And networking is similar, right? Yeah. So this is the thing. If you go to a networking event and they're like, hi, welcome, come in, how are you today? That's the sort of warm fuzzies you want to get from networking. But if, it's a bit standoffish, it's a bit cold, or, it's not quite your vibe, it can put people off. Yeah. So I think it's really important, to be welcoming and, just be yourself sort of thing. But as I said, it's like you're inviting someone over to your house, that warm, welcoming feel. That's what people want essentially, because you can't build connections if you don't have that.
Oh, true. Now, just to check in with our fans, I've got my phone here to check in with our fans. We've got Jeff Veal with us. Jeff Veal, great seeing you. And we've also got one of our wonderful friends as well, who's got his whole profile in Japanese. So I can't say your name in Japanese, so I apologize. You just come in, like, share, comment. Please say hello. I'm keeping track of your beautiful comments using my mobile phone right here. And I think you're right. I remember that funny story you told me, right? It was some time ago, mind you. So pardon me if you don't remember this one, but you might. It's you went to an event once and it was basically full of old guys. And yeah, there you go. You remember? And you walked in there and everyone's like staring at you like
Like I was in the wrong room.
You're a trespasser.
Yes, it was like I was in the wrong room, and I thought, okay, maybe it's me. Let's go in and see what happens. The vibe did not change. And there was probably, in a sea of 100, there was 5% women there as well. So, yeah, it wasn't the greatest sort of feeling, but I stayed. I don't know why I did, but I did. That was early days, actually, for me in business. But you see, the funny thing is, 2 years came around and they ended up coming to my old co-working place, and it was exactly the same vibe, Ed. And I just thought it was never me. It was just this networking, group of people.
That's incredible. Just a quick one. We've got Janine Lopez with us. Big
Oh,
wave to
hello,
Janine
Janine.
Lopez. And I got something funny, actually. Side note, Janine Lopez. I just caught up with Janine Lopez earlier. And something funny from Janine Lopez. I noticed her voice was similar to yours, Steph, right? You guys had a similar voice, right?
Okay.
But what was interesting, Janine says, I'm from the Northern Beaches. Then upon discussion, she goes, yeah, I'm actually from Ryde. So there you go. You're originally from the same part of town. You have the same local accent. There you go.
Nice pickup, Ed. Nice pickup.
Same cool voice. We love you, Janine. Janine Lopez, we love you. Now, it's interesting, actually. I love that story because I can imagine, like, poor Steph rocks up at this networking event and all these old white guys are like, who are you? Who are you? How dare a non-white female walk into our imperial chambers? Damn those non-white females, right? Anyway, and I was just going to say, what made you keep going back? Because I've done a similar thing. I've gone to networking spaces where they don't really accept me and I want to be accepted, where I think we both learned the same lesson. Sometimes it's good just to fail fast, to fail early and leave and find out where we fit in. So it's interesting. I did a similar sort of thing. What made you stick around where they did not deserve Steph Gobraiel?
Well, I only stayed for the event. I actually never went back. So I never went back because I thought I don't want to feel like that when you walk into a room. Again, it's this notion of when someone opens the door, Ed, and if you get that warm, welcoming feeling, right? Now I'm not expecting someone to embrace me and hug me and kiss me, like us wogs do. However,
albeit we do that, albeit everyone does that to you at our networking events. I want to make it clear. To the point is where people just don't leave you alone, Steph. You have the opposite problem at our events. People won't stop harassing you.
Yeah, but they're the sort of events that people want to go to, right? Because people are warm and welcoming and friendly. And that's what you want. You want to connect with people. That's the whole point of networking. If you're going into a room and people are looking at you like you're in the wrong room, listen to your gut because you are in the wrong room. And there are so many other networking opportunities out there that you can go and, see how you get on. And, there's not just one, that you need to go to. So test the waters. That's important.
I love it. And it's funny you say that, actually, because I'm totally with you, because to me, when it comes to a networking event, you got to find somewhere where people like you for who you are. And it's interesting. I like reflecting on what you said earlier. You said later on you met these people again in your co-working space and they tried the same shit on you again. So next time they saw you, they pulled the same crap, didn't they?
Yeah, but this time round, the interesting thing, Ed, I said to myself, it was never me the first time round because I was new to business. So I wasn't sure if it was me. And, you don't have that confidence yet. But when they did come around and it was exactly the same vibe, I was like, yep, it wasn't me. My gut was right, and you got to listen to it.
There you go. Oh, what happened? We lost Steph for a second.
We lost you for a second.
Did I get you back, Steph?
Yes. We lost you too. So maybe it is StreamYard.
Yes, I think we've got a suspect now. So Steph and I blame Steph and Steph blamed me. Then we both blame StreamYard. I think StreamYard's the culprit who's declaring war on us today.
Maybe.
Yeah, there we go. But you made a good point. I think the thing I found, you're right, just reflecting earlier on technology. Technology plays up all the time. And I like what you said. You just got to keep at it and keep trying different things till you get somewhere.
Yep. And you do, because when you find the right networking space for you and your business, it's a great place to be. And it might not happen straight away when you're starting out in business. These things take time, right? And that's important to note, right? That patience has to be there because you don't find it overnight.
Yeah, true. And we've got a few great shares. We've got Bill Ashford with us. Bill Ashford, we love your work. He goes, warm, personal welcoming makes you feel comfortable. You can change the vibe of a room by introductions of personalities. We love your work. Bill Ashford, you are a great guy. Jeff Veal says to us, give value and you always will be welcome. That's fantastic. Now, Steph, I just want to move on subjects. I want to talk to you about next year. Now, I know you're doing a bit of business planning. I know there's some really cool stuff that you're cooking up that we're not ready to talk about. But I want to ask you about the stuff you can talk about, right? The cool stuff that doesn't involve me getting killed. What are some of the things you can talk about? What are some of the things you're cooking up for next year and what's going through your mind? I'd love to hear some of your thoughts and lessons, Steph Gobraiel.
Sure, thanks, Ed. So I do plan on opening a business membership where, one, we're creating a community, but two, it's where people can come and ask me questions and pick my brain about business and, help each other as well, which is always great. And I will be running my planning masterclass, throughout the year as well. And as you said, Ed, there are a few things in the works. And, it's slowly coming together at the moment. So just doing the legwork now, and next year things will be popping up. The other thing I could add is I'm going to be creating a digital product as well for productivity planning. It's based on something that I do with my clients right now, and it really helps business owners really assess and understand where their time is going.
Well, I haven't heard of this productivity planner yet. You've got my attention. I think I need that. Can I tell you one of my, and even Lassie rightfully called me out on this one. Can I tell you about one of my biggest failings of this year? Do you want to hear one of my biggest failings?
Sure.
Being unproductive, putting too much time into the wrong areas, right? And I'm pretty good now, right? I think I've really red-pilled myself and learned my lessons. But I want to ask you, how can we identify where are the holes that we're throwing our time in and where are the good places to focus our time? How can we get more perceptive on that one, Steph?
And I was actually about to ask you this question, Ed. Were you reviewing what you were doing throughout the year as well?
Yeah. Oh, great question. So I started because I realized it's all good now. I've done quite a bit of optimizing, but really just you're focusing on certain people or projects that just aren't going anywhere.
Yeah.
Right. So a very good example, I'll use a sales example. You're busy chasing people and investing time into people who aren't going to sign up. They're not spending any money. Or like in your case, not so much this year. This is more something I did a few years ago, but I remember more a few years ago. I would spend my time much like your original story, going to networking events that aren't really paying off, be it they're not completely embracing me, or be it the people in the room don't have any money and can't sign up to anything. But I remember I would say investing in the wrong people for too long has been one of my biggest failings that I've really learned from. What do you think of that one, Steph?
Yep, I agree, Ed. I've had a similar experience in my years as a business owner, and I think the best thing you can do is learn from that experience. You need to give things a time limit and then reassess and review and see what's working, see what's not working. And the sooner you do that, the less time you'll be wasting, pretty much knocking your head on a brick wall. So it's a tough lesson. It's a very tough lesson, but that's how it feels, right? And yeah,
it's true. Now, Steph, I want to ask you, you're running a workshop tomorrow. Just so you know, everyone, Steph's running a business planning workshop for next year. Steph, while I've got you, I want to hear all about your business planning workshop. What are you doing tomorrow? How much? Share with everyone the details.
Sure. So it is a 2024 planning masterclass, and it's 99 Australian dollars. And there are 3 there are 3 parts to the masterclass, and essentially by the end you'll have what you want to achieve in 2024 broken down into months. So we're not looking at a quarter. Well, we're starting, it could be the year, then we're breaking that down and then breaking it down even further. So you can actually see how much time you need to invest in order to, achieve your goals, because they have to be realistic at the end of the day. And one other really important thing is, one of those goals that I've put in the workbook is a personal goal, because I truly believe, Ed, that business starts with us and ends with us. So we need to keep ourselves in mind as well in this process. And it's not like a resolution, it's something that you can work towards. Something simple that you can work towards. And then that way, when you're looking after yourself, you'll be able to achieve your business goal. So it's this knock-on effect, right? So that's the masterclass in a nutshell. And look, if anyone's got any questions, they're welcome to speak to me or ask me, but it's pretty straightforward. We go through the 3 stages, and then you're doing the work as we're, it's a hands-on thing, right? It's not just all of this information and you go away. You walk away with tangible outcomes, and then if you want to follow up with me, you can have an express follow-up as well, and I will I'll challenge you on what you put together for next year, to see if it really is realistic and achievable as well.
Oh, brilliant, Steph Gobraiel. So what time is it on tomorrow?
12 p.m. Sydney time.
Oof. There you go. So friends, if you're interested in Steph's workshop, reach out to her direct and book yourself in for that one. So that is a great one. Steph, thank you for your time. Thank you for being so awesome and helping us work through all these tech issues. But our patsy is StreamYard, so we blame StreamYard today. So the big bus is coming, and I want to push StreamYard in front of the bus.
But it's okay, we got there, and that's what matters, right, Ed? We got there.
Exactly. So Steph can drive this big bus, and as you go past, I push the StreamYard goose in front of the bus, and the bus, like a cartoon, goes, like I'll throw I think it's a goose. I think the StreamYard logo is a goose. Is that right?
Yeah. Yes, I've seen it. I wonder what the story is behind that.
It's a bit bizarre. Look, now I love StreamYard, and I don't mean to throw them under the bus, but I do. But yeah, it's just, I wonder why they have a goose for a logo. It's like duck, duck, goose. I don't know, something like that. Now, Steph, I was just going to ask you before you go, and thank you for your time, by the way, and thank you for being so cool. Do you have any closing thoughts for our audience? Any pearls of wisdom you'd love to leave with our fantastic audience?
Sure. So my pearl of wisdom today is, start thinking about next year. Start doing some brainstorming. Start, reviewing what's worked, what hasn't worked. Just really start that process, because the sooner you start it, that's when the ideas will start flowing as well. And you don't want to keep it till next year, because next year will come around so quickly. And, at that stage, you should be reviewing what your goals are going to be after a good break. Right? So you want to prepare from now, but in the new year, review what you've come up with and see if it's still what you want to do for the year. And then you go from there.
I couldn't agree with you more. What's the old saying? When's the best time to plant a tree, Steph?
There's never a perfect time. 20 years ago. Okay. Yeah, exactly. And look, business is it's the long game, right, Ed? Yeah. Nothing happens overnight in business, right? So if you're in it for the long haul, this is what it's about, right?
Brilliant. Steph, I've got to say thank you so much for your leadership. You are a powerful lady, Steph.
Thank you, Ed. Thanks for your time today. And we got there, which is great.
Oh, there we go. And I got to say, everyone, Steph is the coolest lady ever. Make sure you connect with her. Thank you so much. I'm going to start getting into things. And Steph, good luck with your workshop tomorrow. Can't wait till hear it how it all plays out.
Thank you, Ed. Have a great afternoon. I'll let you know how it goes.
Love you. Stay awesome, everyone. See you later. Bye.